Hey there, what do you say there, world? Welcome to the Races Recap. We're talking Survivor Ghost Island. I think it's officially episode 6, but I'm calling it episode 7 because the first was a double app. And we're here with Mama C. What's up, Mama C?
Hey, how are you?
Doing great as usual. My name is Justin. Obviously, I'm from The Amazing Race. She's from Survivor. We're all huge fans of the show, and we are going to talk about the one of the best shows on television. Do you still think it's one of the best shows on TV?
It is one. It is the, not one of.
Hey,
I know I have to say race is in there. Okay, okay, but from my reality story, it's
number
number
one.
one, and race is number two. But from yours, it's backwards. That's okay.
I'd say, listen, I was a fan of Survivor before I was a fan of Amazing Race. So I get it. Like, I love Survivor. Trust me. I sent in my audition tapes for Survivor before I sent in for The Amazing Race because I really didn't have a partner when the first couple seasons came on. And but anyway, let's get into this one. We're gonna risk it for the biscuit. You ready for the risk it? That's the name of this.
I am ready for that biscuit.
Name of this episode. Kellen got that. Good for her. Let's just start off with the reward challenge. I think we both liked this reward challenge where they had to stack the blocks on top of each other, spelling a word, reward, and they had to hold it and balance it using teamwork. I think I like these tasks.
I do too. This is one that I would love to try. It wasn't on my season, but it's been on. I think it was recent.
It was a couple seasons, yeah. Definitely, yeah. It's one of the ones that they really like, I guess, for some reason. But I do too, because it's a little different from what they normally do. The same 3-step thing that they always do. So I like this.
You have to work together on this task.
Yeah, it's not one person can't carry this task.
No. So this is all about the team. This is all about then figuring out how to keep it from going.
Yeah. And I love
curve, as we saw.
It's tough. I mean, and they're competing for steaks and chicken kebabs.
Great reward.
Yeah, I'm a vegan right now, but if I'm on that island, that all vegans are off. It's food. We gotta eat, gotta get those calories. And I understand, that juicy steak, those onions and peppers. It's got to be just the flavors.
Yeah.
So I love the strategy. There was strategy. I like the strategy that they used when the person who was going up to touch the block, to place the block, didn't really even have to put tension on the rope.
Right.
I like that, though. I think that's the smartest way to do it. If you can balance it without that person having to put any tension, it seems really, really easy. You just go back, put it up.
That's why they won.
Yeah.
They finally figured it out, and they had and you can kind of just run on the beam, you don't have to.
It's just balance.
Step by step, like Wendell was,
It's a little too, if he would have done that from the first time before they dropped it, then they would have made sense. If you've already dropped it once, there's no slowing anymore. Now you got to pick it up and go. There's no chance to slow down and take it slow. So Wendell just a little bit too slow, a little too safe there.
Well, yeah, he didn't want to drop it again. That was his last, couple of steps until you get that chicken kebab, come on. Take it slow, buddy. Take it slow.
And it seems like Bradley, again, even at the challengers, is starting to really grate on people. And Donathan, in the little interview, said, he got me fired up. I love Donathan, man. I love
Donathan too. He is adorable. I just love him.
Yeah,
Bradley was a little bit.
A lot of it, yeah. He seems to be. Well, see, the thing is, at first I thought he wasn't aware of it, but at least he's aware that he's douche. He just thinks that he's not as big of a douche as he is.
I don't think he's as aware as you think he is.
No, not at all. But at least, in the confessionals, he says, I know I could be abrasive, and that's kind of my thing. So at least he was aware, but I think he becomes aware after the fact, not while it's happening.
Yeah, because he thinks that, at times he maybe has been told that he was abrasive.
Yeah.
But that he's corrected that on the island.
Oh, no, not at all. Yeah. I mean, there hasn't been one episode where he hasn't been some sort of a douche to somebody.
he just doesn't realize it. I
Yeah.
mean,
And
yeah.
and this is
When they
another.
got back to camp,
Oh
that was
yeah.
classic.
That's when it started up. I mean, and this is another one that Malolo loses, keeping that streak alive, which obviously later we'll get to and see how that goes. Navidi, first place. And finally, they're not picking rocks. They did a unanimous decision and they put Kellen on the island. Is that a good decision, you think?
Yeah, because I mean, she's already been there, and so she knows what it's all about.
But doesn't
I
that
mean,
make her a target? Like you're really putting a target on her back because she's been there twice, and her tribe is like, okay. And I don't look at Kellen as like a strong player. I don't see her as having as she has zero chance to win the game, regardless
which
of
is
who
why
she's
they put her on there, so that there's no like
good
in a
player.
rock draw, a really high powered player can go to the island and win something fabulous. Nobody knows,
Right.
right? And so why not send Kellen? Hey,
Okay. Yeah, so that was my. I was trying to understand. Do you want to put the strong player there and kind of make him a target for his tribe, or do you put the weaker player there who's already been there? But obviously, from what you're saying, you should probably just put the weaker player there, keep the target on her back. She's already been there. If she has one idol from the last time, she'll get another idol this time. And
exactly. You don't want to give a high powered player an advantage.
makes sense. Makes sense. So let's get to Ghost Island. Well, she finally went to Ghost Island and she had, instead of a 50-50 chance, she had a 66% chance because two out of the three she had a
I
chance to
mean,
choose
yeah.
from.
If
I mean,
she did not pick one, I was going to like call her up myself.
yeah, I would have called her out on Twitter big time. Like I would have just went, because I can't. I mean, come on, this is Survivor Ghost Island. You get a chance to get on Ghost Island twice, and you don't play it, then you're not here to play.
Right.
So at least she played it. And what do you think about the stick? It was she got the Michaela stick from Game Changer. She won the vote steal that haunted Michaela from Game Changers. It didn't. It doesn't have the same power as before. Now it's just an extra vote. Two
Just
votes.
an extra vote. Two votes.
So
In
I
fact,
mean,
on my season, Dan had an extra vote.
did he? I don't remember. Did he play it correctly? Did it work out for him?
Well, it didn't work out for him because he played it against me.
Uh oh.
I pulled out my idol.
Boom.
Took away both of his votes. Boom. Dropped the mic.
Well, nobody should come against Mama C. Lesson learned. No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, that was I love gameplay, so I love to see strategy involved. And hey, what's up, Mark Peters? I love to see these idols in play because it makes people play the game. It makes people think. It makes some strategy, and it puts, like, you could tell, do these people deserve to win the game? Because I don't think there's many people who've made moves right yet that have earned a victory. Like there's nobody standing out like they deserve to win right now.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Not yet.
I don't think anybody really does.
I think everything's about to go down now with the merge next week.
Oh, that's when it gets real for sure. And obviously the Chris Dominic thing, if they see a rivalry, everybody else is going to kind of push and feed that rivalry, right? To keep the attention off themselves and make them rivalry the thing.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's a smart strategy, and it's something that I'm paying attention to see how it plays out, because like Dominic seems to be more aware of what his actions do to his tribe. Chris is just like, he doesn't understand how he affects his tribe.
Not at all.
But Dominic's
like Bradley in that sense. He's like Bradley in that sense. He does not realize that he doesn't really realize how he's coming across.
Absolutely. And that's probably to his detriment in the future. But when you look at it, Mama C, if you have to pick one of those two to sit next to in the finals, who are you sitting next to?
I mean, if I want to sit next to somebody in the finals, it'll probably be Chris.
Because he's douchey, right?
Yeah, because he's, I think, annoyed more people.
Yeah. So do you think that could come into play next week with people, or they just say like, listen, Dominic's he's not really that good at challenges. Chris has been a beast at challenges. This is like individual immunity. Let's get Chris out. Or is it, if I sit next to Chris, I can win?
I think they will not allow Chris to go to the end.
Oh, they're not going to get him to the, all right. Well, I wouldn't bring him to the end either, just in case. Just in case, you know, like when a strong player.
What if he goes on an run and wins 5 immunity challenges in a row.
Then
Then all of
he's
a sudden
earned the
now
win,
he's a
right?
player.
Yeah. You
You
don't
know?
want that. Yeah, I get that. I don't know. I can I could see him doing that. I can't
Oh,
see
me too.
Dominic doing it.
Yeah. No.
All right, so that makes more sense to me. So Ghost Island was at least a little bit interesting. It wasn't anything too crazy. I think they should had something else on the Ghost Island besides this one little thing, because it's just like, okay, are they going to play the game, and what did they get? And there's
Well, they're not
nothing
going to
else
make
to it.
it big because there's only one person there. So
Right,
they're not going to create, the story around whoever gets to Ghost Island because then it's be like, whatever.
right.
They want the drama on the island. You want to see, what's happening back at camp. So it's quick, dirty. Find your clue, figure it out. Now
Yep.
we know it's in play, and get back to the island and let's see what's happening.
My buddy Bradley Clark says, how did Jason's stick and Eric's immunity idol magically appear when they were supposed to be living on Ghost Island? Shouldn't somebody have found that already?
They weren't found on Ghost Island. They were found on their beach islands.
Right. But if they were there for 10 years, shouldn't they have already been found? Like,
Theoretically,
I
it's a
mean,
possibility.
Survivor's
But
been at they've been at the same location since what, 30? Like, were they in Fiji?
no. Since season 33,
33, so 33, 34, 35, 36.
36.
Okay, so
Four,
4 seasons now it's been in the same place.
yeah.
And that's kind of where it's going to be from now on, right? It's
I
really
think
not going
so.
to travel.
That's the plan
They
because
bought it, right?
yeah, I think so. They figured out how to make it work. So
Well, it
it's
makes
easy
sense.
for them. And it's a nice place. Who doesn't want to go to Fiji?
Yeah, and after a while, all the places start to look the same because they're not going to go back to Africa.
No.
They're not going to do those types of things.
They're not going to Australia. They're not going to Africa
Yeah,
because the timing and the weather and all of that. So
it makes sense. But I like the Ghost Island deal. Are you still liking Ghost Island as
I've
a
always liked
twist?
it. I
Okay,
don't know why people were hating on it. They
I
need to
just
chill and enjoy because now we get to see the past and you relive the bad things that decisions that people have done. So I think that's kind of fun.
well the whole show kicked off with Michael. What do you think about Michael? I think
I
he's like
love Michael.
he's becoming real mature, real like
Oh my God, he's only 18.
you can't tell by his actions.
No way. I love him.
And he found Ozzy's fake idol of the
I
stick.
know. I
Yeah,
love that.
he found the stick.
Stick.
The stupidest idol in the history, the stupidest fake idol ever. Like, he didn't even try to make a real idol. Like Joe is sitting there, like with his jewelry making techniques, making stuff. And this guy, I got a stick. I'm just going to wrap it. And somebody falls for it.
Jason fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. When he showed it to Eliza, that was like classic.
I mean, Eliza's like,
this isn't a freaking idol. What is wrong with you? It's a stick.
It's just a stick. So I'm glad that he found it. I think he's one of the players. If anybody has earned a victory so far, I think right now it's Michael for me. If I have to vote for anybody, I think Michael, because he's suffered. He's been on the bottom of every alliance so far. He's never had the numbers. He's been a huge threat, and he's still managed to stick around. And he's tried to play the game a couple times.
He is, yeah. And he's been to like 5 out of 6 tribal councils. Or 5 out of 7 tribal councils.
And survived.
So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely. So over at Navidi, that's where Bradley gets all condescending and he talks down to people, and it doesn't seem to be working. It pisses off Dominic. It pisses off Donathan, and they're just sitting there talking about it, and they look at each other like, I know he was a part of my original tribe, but I think this is an easy vote now.
Yeah.
Everybody's.
Well, I mean, what was it? They came back with the food, and everyone is like all high on the win.
Yeah.
And he's like, shut up and let's make the food.
Yeah, let's eat. Let's eat.
Chill out, buddy.
It's like, dude, who are you?
Down, buddy.
I just want somebody to just go put him in check. Just like, dude, shut your. Yeah, I guess they put him in check ultimately at the end of the episode.
Yeah,
but they're just like, dude,
he's pretty much in check now.
shut your yap and enjoy the victory. We're gonna eat in a second. Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, we would always debrief afterwards after such a great victory. I mean, that was a great challenge.
Yeah.
He
Absolutely.
dropped it first. They were in first place. Then it's like, oh my God, what if somebody else wins? And then everyone drops and then they're back in first place. I mean,
I
there's
like
stuff
that.
to debrief about in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's a
oh my
lot of,
God, did you see when I did this? I mean, people want to talk about it.
yeah, you got nothing else to do. I mean, there's no TV. You don't have many games to play. You got to talk about something.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Bradley says he would love to see the people who find these idols talk about them from their super fan memory rather than reading from the past. But Bradley, regardless of how big of super fans you are, you're not going to remember every idol and how it got misplayed and the people involved. Like, there's a lot of seasons of
Yeah.
Survivor and a lot of errors and a lot of like people on second and third seasons, and you get them confused. I know I do.
I never remember. Listen, I've watched every season of Survivor for the last 18 years, right?
Right.
It's been on 18 years. This is the 18th year. I would never have remembered that stick was, whatever, when
Yeah.
Ozzy made it and Jason
Found it. I would never remember Jason found it. I wouldn't have put Eliza's reaction to it together. I remembered it was Ozzy's stick because it was just like it was Ozzy's stick. But
Right.
other than that, I don't remember anything else. So if I would have found it, I'd be like, oh, cool, it's Ozzy's stick that didn't work. I
Right.
wouldn't. I forgot about Jason and Eliza's reaction to it. So,
Yeah.
and then I forgot that when he got voted out, the next two people got voted out with idols in their pocket. Like I forgot that too. Like
Me too.
Ozzy, oh my
Great.
God.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
with idol in your pocket, you can't do that. Oh, that's the worst.
So easy to do, though.
Yeah. And I know.
So easy to do.
Now let's get to Yanuya. This is Wendell. Wendell gets all emotional talking about his girl because it's her birthday. So we get to see a little bit of Wendell's soft side. I like seeing people's soft sides, especially people who are tough normally. And Wendell's kind of just been smooth, kind of through you. Nothing really rattles him. He kind of been really mellow, and this is a chance to see a little bit of his personality as well.
Yeah, I liked that too.
And the next
it was nice that everyone sang to him.
Yeah, I think that's cool. But the best thing for me is Wendell thinking ahead of the game. He's like, wait, everybody's going to be eating. And when you eat this heavy after not eating for so long, you get into like that food coma and want to go to sleep.
Yep.
And he was like sitting around waiting for everybody.
Yep.
And he goes out. And that's such a great strategy. And it pays off for him because he finds an idol, right?
Oh my God! But where's he hiding that thing?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's one of the big.
The size of Texas. That thing is
Eric's necklace. You can't hide that. I mean, again, that's probably why. I mean, that's 100% another reason why they gave everybody those huge bags.
Yeah.
To go to tribal council so they can try to hide it, but
yeah.
Since you can look through people's bags and stuff, I mean, it's really hard to.
Yeah.
But he buried it, so that's cool. Eric's idol. I think that's the biggest mistake in Survivor history.
I think so.
I think it's the one that
because it's not like you went home with an idol in your pocket. You had the necklace around your neck.
You're safe.
You're safe. Yeah. And you took it off your neck.
Yeah. All you have to do is nothing. All you have to do is nothing and you're fine. But no, you say, here, take this. I'm going home. Thanks. Bye-bye. I mean, it's such a savage move for those girls, though.
Oh,
I mean,
my God.
They got no heart. This poor kid's a super fan. He's young. He's gullible.
Was he like Michael's age when he played, or no? He was a little older.
He might have been a little older, 20 at most, I'm going to say. But he was still young. And, like, I just felt so bad for him. Like,
I watched it, and then I was like, what just happened?
Yeah.
What just happened?
I don't know. Let's get to Malolo. I like Malolo's strategy of, hey, when nothing's working, this Malolo sucks. Let's burn it.
Yeah. Reverse the curse. Burn the flag. Oh, my God. That was fabulous.
And they did it right before the immunity challenge, burning the flag, went to the immunity challenge with this whole different attitude of like, hey, we're going to win this. And they didn't win it, but they came and said
they didn't go to tribal.
They're not going to tribal. They're not going to tribal. So let's get to this.
They didn't go to tribal. It's a win.
Let's get to this immunity challenge. It's a swimming, the swimming to a platform, and then they got to go up and down, get the rings, and then when they get to the final platform, they got to use those rings and get them on. I love water challenges. I think
I
if
do too.
you're going to be on such a beautiful island, use that water.
Oh my God. And then, oh my God, did you see Michael's dive? He was like swan in the air.
There's
And then
only
Jeff was like, wow, that's how you do it on Survivor.
It is because everybody, there's like 14 people, whatever, 10, 12 people, and only two of them know how to dive. Him and Chris are the only ones that dove in. And,
Oh my God.
and
And
like
then, who was it?
Dominic, did you see
Yes.
Dominic? Yeah, going in like, like a dead seal just
And then what
flopping.
did Jeff say? Jeff said, that wasn't a jump or a dive. I don't know what that was.
He just fell. And then if you looked at him, he was the one that was the most tired. You know why? Because you had to swim the most. If you
Yeah.
just dive like James did, by the time he came from momentum and got up, he only had to swim like 3 strokes, got his things.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. If you're going to go on Survivor, you know how to swim, okay? It's like, know how to swim, practice that. Diving is part of it. Getting in the water is part of it. Don't just jump in. You waste so much energy. Use momentum. So those things bother me, but I guess it's fun to watch people belly flop into the water.
It really is. I mean, not for nothing, but yeah, I liked that challenge too. I like the water challenges.
Yeah, any water challenges for me are pretty good. I just because I think that would be like my strongest suit in the island. I'd be more like an Ozzy. You know how Ozzy was just like a fish in the water, and I think that would be my thing. I mean, I was a lifeguard for 4 years, so swimming is my thing, and we didn't get to do much of that on Amazing Race. So
yeah.
All right, but do you like the challenge overall? Do you think it's a good challenge or too easy?
Yeah. It's like a typical kind of classic type challenge. The ring toss is, you
got a little teamwork.
The thing at the end, the ring toss at the end.
And of course, it's Chris and Wendell they are doing the final task or the most important part of every task since it started. That frustrates me. I mean, I guess they're clearly the two people on their team who deserve to win the game, but in my head, it's like those people doing all the work, and then somebody like Sandra, who's just like sitting in the background, go ahead, do all the work. I'm just gonna win the game. Like Sandra, I love her to death, but the way she wins the games frustrates the hell out of me. She just focuses on social game. It's social game, and that's it. I don't have to do anything else but my awesome social game.
It's a crazy game that way.
Yeah, because then you got people like Russell who play super strategically and such a great strategy involved, but zero social game, and then he can't win a game regardless of how good he plays.
Right.
But, I mean, go for it, Sandra. Queen stays queen.
That's right. The queen stays queen.
All right. So Wendell and Chris are, again, doing the most crucial parts. Yunuya wins, but Malolo doesn't lose, so they kind of break the streak. Sending Navidi to tribal council.
For the first time, I think, right?
It was, if anything, because there's only been one tribal council that was not Malolo, so I can't remember right now off the top of my head.
But yeah, so because I don't even remember who was on what tribe the first time because they've had so many
switches.
Yeah. But yeah, thank God they didn't lose. I like that. That was what they needed. And
it seemed pretty.
And the tribal council.
It said it was down to Bradley or Libby. I really didn't see any drama of Libby possibly going home. In my head, it was like, okay, as soon as they lost, Bradley's gone. I did because he didn't seem to fight for his life in the game.
He was totally blindsided. He had no clue whatsoever that they were voting against him.
But you have to have some clue that you're the.
He was clueless, didn't you?
I know. Yeah, but in my head, it's like, dude, you're the only douche on the tribe. Like,
he doesn't know that.
I like him though. I like his strategy. His gameplay was cool. His social game sucked.
Yeah.
So Bradley, I was unanimous.
Oh my God! Yeah,
His old tribe mates voted against him.
Right?
Well, only one vote that Libby, was his. He voted for Libby. So, other than him, who can't vote for himself, it was unanimous. Bradley thinks there's been too many switches already. If it wasn't for orange and purple clothing, he'd have no idea who was on what tribe, which is true.
Yeah.
It kind of
But
gets
I mean,
confusing.
it doesn't really matter because the merge happens and then it is what it is.
Yeah,
They're going
then
to change out their buffs tomorrow or this week.
and boom. All right, let's get to the moment of the episode. What do you think this episode is going to be remembered for? Is there something in this episode that stands out to you as like, that's what I'm going to remember?
I mean, I think the only thing that's going to stand out is the burning of the flag.
Yeah, I mean that's a good one. Burning of the flag and the Malolo actually getting a win,
Yeah.
or not losing. Let's say not
Not
losing.
going to tribal.
Yeah, that's definitely one. The other one for me is Wendell. He's being really smart, finding that idol. It's the first time for me that Wendell has actually stood out in an episode and made me say like, "Damn, Wendell, go ahead." So for me, I guess because I was waiting for it, but I think the flag is probably the best thing, the best answer for this one. Standout player of the week was for me. It was going to be either Wendell for the strategy of waiting for the food coma to kick in to find the idol, or Jane or Michael. Right. Yeah, because Michael needed it, at least in his head. He felt like his team's going to continue to lose, and he was probably the next target. So Michael being smart, finding the idol.
And
then
Michael. In my eyes, it was Michael only because like he knew there was no option for him, so he didn't even care that everyone knew he was looking for it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know?
It's like, listen, guys,
I'm going to look for it.
Fighting for my life to stay in the game. So.
And another reason that he's a standout player of the week is I think he's the only reason that Malolo had got second place. Like he took took the lead. He got sped through the water, gave him enough time to catch up at the end. And
Desiree couldn't sink one of those
the rings for anything
toss at all.
Yeah,
so then he had to come back and do the ring toss too.
Again, yeah. So he did literally pretty much everything in that task. The only thing Desiree did was she led the charge on burning the flag. So go ahead, Desiree.
Yeah, she did. So you go, girl.
Get it, girl.
Reverse the curse.
Reverse the curse. So for me, Michael's the standout player of the week. I think it's pretty easy to see and that's why you're not going to win player. For me, it was Bradley constantly being condescending, constantly like nagging on people and just not understanding the effect that that's having on people.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else that you think made some kind of mistake or error that could potentially cost them the game?
No, I don't really think so this week.
No, they didn't show too many bad things.
They didn't. I think next week is going to be a telltale sign of what happens with, the rivalry.
Yeah.
How the sides kind of split up, because remember, those two were on the same tribe initially.
Yeah.
Now you're breaking up that tribe, which leaves an opening for Malolo to pull together.
Yeah, absolutely. So next week we got the merge for sure. We got Dominic versus Chris, and Chris said he is too suave for this. I don't think he knows what suave means, but I don't think he understands his effect either. Next week, do you see Dominic? Do you think 100% it's going to be Dominic or Chris going home?
Yeah, I do. Because first of all, nobody's going to want the rivalry. Like eventually it's going to get old. One of them is probably going to win immunity, but no, actually, if Chris wins immunity, I don't think Dominic goes home next.
So the only way Chris stays is if he wins immunity.
I think so.
All right. And see, now I'm thinking if I'm one of the other players, I want to keep both of them because as long as the two of them are there, they're going to be targets. They're going to go at each other and they're going to be the easy vote. So this might be the time at the merge to get somebody you think can win the game. Because I don't think Chris can win the game. Dominic?
I think Dominic can win the game.
Yeah, initially I didn't give him a chance. The first two episodes, he was just playing so gung-ho, so hard, so fast. I didn't think he had a chance, but he's been kind of creeping in there, and he kind of has a chance now.
He's got it. I like Dominic.
Yeah.
I like Dominic. I like Mike.
So Madison May in the chat room wants to know, do you have a favorite player so far?
I'm gonna have to go with Mike.
Yeah, I think Michael. I think Michael as a player is my favorite player, but
And he's so adorable and
he
young
is.
and like
He's
playing hard. I
he's
mean,
beautiful. He's a
he's
beautiful person.
beautiful. I
Yeah,
mean, he's beautiful.
and I'm for me
And
my
you know he's a male model too.
well, how can he? If he's not, he's gonna be after this. Like,
Ah,
there are gonna be a lot of people coming after him after this. But I think, for me, my favorite character or the person that I'm rooting for
Jonathan.
is Donathan. Yeah, Donathan is the one that I'm rooting for. But I think Michael right now is up. Donathan. I want to see Donathan, Michael, and Wendell right now in the finals. Those two of those three, or
Yeah.
right now. But there's a couple of the girls really have like I like Libby if she can make a move or two. Um, is Laurel still around? I haven't seen her in
Laurel
weeks.
is still around.
I haven't even seen her. Like she's just been in the background.
Laurel's
I don't even know.
around. Um,
I don't even know if she had any airtime this week. But
well,
she
which
has a
tribe is
chance.
she on? She's on Navidi, right?
Yeah. And so but we'll
I don't know.
see. Next week she's going to be in, and she's an
Yeah.
athlete, but she's kind of been staying in the background. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. So next week we think Chris is going to go home unless he wins the immunity idol. And right now Michael is the leader in the clubhouse for winner of this season so far.
Yes. Yes.
All right, I
So
think I could agree with that.
we'll see. Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it
Bradley wants Ghost Island to actually be effective. He's a little disappointed in the way that they used Eric's necklace, just making it a regular idol. He thought they could have been a little more creative and done something else with it rather than just making it a regular idol. I think they have enough creativity with the other idols in play that they need something simple like a regular idol
Yeah.
because
I
yeah,
think so too. And I think you know, I mean, there's plenty of game left, so we'll see what else happens.
definitely is. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting season. I
No
think that
idols have been played yet,
ooh,
have they?
there's three still in play. Well, the double vote, if you count the two votes as an idol.
So
The,
Mike has one, Dominic has one, um,
and
Wendell has
Wendell.
one.
And
They all
Kellen.
three have idols.
And Kellen has the double vote.
And
So
somebody has, and Dominic has the advantage of Sierra that you have to use it 13 or 6.
right. Oh, so he has there's a lot of stuff in play about to go down. So it could get crazy if they all start playing stuff.
7 people have been voted out. So we're at 13 this week.
So
So,
Cole said,
oh my God, so Dominic is not going home.
well, Cole was right. Michael did play that first idol. Remember, he was the only one that tried. He was like, let's do it. Let's play some. I remember on the beach, he was like, let's make a move.
Oh, yeah, he played it for the wrong person.
Right. But he tried.
Brendan went home.
But he tried.
But he tried. Yeah, that's good for him. But yeah, so Dominic has to play his advantage this week or hold it for 6.
Right. I think he'll hold it for 6 unless obviously he thinks he's on the block. But
yeah, but no, he already has an idol and that. So why not play it? Of course you play it to get people on your side.
Oh yeah, to get like a strong alliance with someone.
Yeah.
That's smart. Yeah. That's smart. If you can take somebody who's on the border and pull them to your side and get a guaranteed number, I think that's a good way to play it.
It's about to go down.
So it's about to start getting real. A lot of people, were a little like wavering on the season. Started off good, started to dud a little bit. Now it's starting to pick up again. That's what Survivor does. I mean, it
always picks up at the merge.
Absolutely, because that's when you really got to start playing the game. There is no hiding. There is no what's the other tribe doing. It's just like everybody's here and we're going for it.
Do or die, buddy. Do or die.
Do or die. Mama C, you got some stuff coming up. Why don't you tell the people what's going on?
I do. I got my radio show happening.
I love it. I've been in radio for 15 years, so I love to see family get into the business.
Yes. So, so you got to download TuneIn Radio.
Which is an awesome app.
iPhones, and it is a free app, so you do not have to pay. Don't get sucked into paying for it. Sign up for the free account. Download BBM Global Network. BBM Network, right? Bold Brave Media. And yeah, so I'm going to be on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, starting in a couple of weeks, and I will
Love it.
let you guys know when.
Absolutely love it. And the cool thing about the TuneIn app, if you don't know, if you have a Google Home, it's like the Alexa for Google, you could just say play BBM, whatever, and it automatically has the TuneIn app downloaded. So you could just say the name of the show,
Nice.
it's like play BBM Global, and it'll automatically just run right to your show. So
Yeah.
it's going to be fun. Obviously, I'm here if you ever need anything. I think it's
Yes.
really looking forward to it.
Thank you.
If you guys want to hang out with us during the week, I have all our social media is going to be in the description down below. You can click down there and find our social media. I would also appreciate a little thumbs up, a like, a subscribe, a share, a little hey there. What do you say there? That would help.
Yeah,
Uh,
baby.
and visit cleancupcoffee.com. I'm starting a coffee company, 100% organic, non-GMO coffee.
Woo-woo.
The website is up, but I have to take actual pictures of the products. I kind of put up doobly-doo pictures. But we'll get to that anyway. Mama
Nice.
C, is there anything else you want to tell the people before we head on out?
Not yet. Not yet. More projects coming up. You'll have to check me out on Facebook. And yeah, fabulous
Is
things.
is there any chance Mama C plays Survivor again?
Listen, from your lips to Jeff Probst's ears. You know what I'm
All right, let's get the hashtag Mama C. Bring Mama
Bring
C
back
back.
Mama C.
Yes.
I'm saying.
All right, everybody in the chat. Cole, we said our favorites already. If you didn't hear it, you rewind and watch again. All right, guys, we love you. We appreciate each and every one of you for spending your time watching us and hanging out with us, talking about some of our favorite television shows. And we will be back next week, back on the original day, Fridays at 7 p.m. I had a brain fart this week. I apologize.
That's okay. That's okay.
All
Actually,
right.
I'm out of town next week, but I'll be back the week after. So I'm going to miss the first merge.
Oh no! I might have to call my buddy Mike Holloway and see if he can come hang.
Yes, 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 you will.
Maybe Sierra. I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of people I could call. Got some.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All righty.
It's gonna do it. Hasta la vista.
Love you
Later.
guys.